God's good people. How are y'all doing today? I pray that all is well and y'all are prospering in the Lord. The question that came up the other day, actually, and I was talking to a family member and bounced it across them as well, and just conversating, and it was, are you rapture ready? You know, when you're rapture ready, you're not making plans as though you're going to be here in the earth forever. You are making plans knowing that this is a temporary situation and that Jesus can come back at any moment. So being rapture ready means being like the 5 wise virgins in scripture. They kept their oils, the oil in their lamps, and kept it filled and had what they needed. And then there were the 5 foolish who got caught with their lamps empty. They didn't have the oil, right? And so the bridegroom came. They had been waiting and waiting and waiting, and they asked for the oil from the 5 wise virgins, and they said, no, we can't give you our oil because then we'll be lacking. You got to go and get your own. And while they went to go and get their own, the bridegroom came, and of course we know in the story the 5 foolish virgins could not enter in. That representing stay rapture ready, because the bridegroom Jesus can come at any moment. So stay ready. When I was preparing, I think it was lunch or whatever, then I was reminiscing back on how I kept things when we were in between moves and we were in a temporary house. And so things were packed and ready to go at any moment for closing. But it was such ease because I didn't have to unpack everything. I already knew where we were going. It was just a matter of time for closing. And just fixing things was different. My mindset was different. I wasn't concerned about, necessarily the house and things like that, because it wasn't my home. I took care of it like it was mine, but I didn't take care of it like it was mine, meaning I wasn't bogged down with wondering about the electric bill, about, any of that. It's like when you have a hotel stay. You're not concerned about things that go wrong because it's not your property. It does not belong to you. You're a guest there. And so we are a guest here in the earth, and we take concern and care for too much. When God tells us to lay aside the weight that so easily beset us. And so when you do that, you stay weight free. You stay burden free. In other words, the word says that God's yoke is easy and his burden is light. So you're not so weighed down, is what I'm trying to say. And life is more enjoyable. It's more freeing. It's easier. You're not bogged down with being concerned with this or that, because this is just a temporary place. This is not your permanent resting place. This world is not your permanent home. So when you shift your mentality and you stay rapture ready, it's more so, is what I'm doing pleasing God? If he was to come back right now, am I ready to go? Is there oil in my lamp? Am I fulfilling what God told me to do in this day? In this day. Because we won't have time when he comes to try and get ready. He says, whatever you're doing, when he comes, continue doing that. You won't have time to go back. Like the 5 foolish virgins, they didn't have time to go and get oil in their lamps. They tried, but there wasn't time. Stay ready. Let's stay rapture ready. If he came back right now, where would you be? Would you be at an Usher concert, enjoying seeing him in all his nakedness? Would you be at a Beyonce concert, doing your boots on the ground? From the guy who created it, who comes from a perverted spirit, who created the dance. He has a spirit of perversion on him. So would you be doing that dance when the rapture comes? And you're connecting your members that's supposed to be yielded to the Lord to that and hooking up to that? Would you be rapture ready? Would you go? Would you be in someone's bed and it's not your spouse? Would you be rapture ready? Would you be using your lips to glorify God? Would you be found worshiping from a spirit of truth? Would you be found faithful? Would you be found not compromised? Would you be found obeying God? I'm not saying you have to live and you try and be perfect, but do what God asks you to do and let him perfect those things that concern you. Stay rapture ready. No compromise. We can't try and mix with the world and try and do what they do and be accepted, but stay rapture ready. It's easier. Y'all be blessed, stay encouraged, and stay rapture ready. Goodbye.